That's what I'm living life without limits, and I'm staying driven, living a new life. That's what I'm living life without limits, and I'm staying driven, living a new life. That's what I'm living life without limits, and I'm staying driven, living a new life. That's what I'm living life without limits, and I'm staying driven, living a new life. Putting in the hard work and the dedication. Starting in Detroit, then we go across the nation. Silence all the people that said I couldn't make it. Now we raising the bar barrier breaking. I can.
Well, hello there. I'm your host, Dave Fuhrman, also known as Fanny Pack Dave, FPD. And what you're about to see is going to be a podcast between myself, FPD, Dave, that's so stupid. I'm here. I exist much like you. And I'm existing inside your digital frames in your ears with the one and only Gary. I can spark man. I can captivate a nation, spark man. And the one and only Rob Durham. Now, Rob, first time ever on a podcast, coming in. Get a watch. It's all about the juggernaut nation, right? We can cultivate a nation, move against negativity, right? We can do a lot of stuff in this world. And Gary is going to share that with you. And also Rob Durham, who runs Juggernauts Kids Foundation. Now, this podcast it's interesting, right? We're going to go into the inner depths of youth sports. Now, youth sports, what I come to find out during this interview, is cutthroat. And you're going to hear that. But due to some what you will kind of learn in the video, we had to remove content due to legal allegations. Intriguing. Stay and find out. But just so you know, we have a resolution, and Juggernauts Kids, also known as the Wildcats of Macomb, the Macomb Wildcats, will be coming to you this upcoming season on a field local to you. But if you'd like to know more about that, stay to the end, right? And then we are also going to talk about a chiropractor quite frequently. That is Dr. Josh Henk, Transcendence Wellness Center, Family Wellness. If you're not visiting a chiropractor, there's many out there, just like there's many realtors out there, right? There's many people, but every person is a different person. That means they all have different strengths. They all have different weaknesses. And the more a human is willing to accept those strengths and grow those weaknesses, right? You got to accept the strengths. You got to understand that this is a strong point of your life. You got to really push forward with it. Just because you know how to talk, and that's a strength, doesn't mean you're the best talker. That's stupid. But any which way, we're going to talk on that a lot. We're going to talk about the Juggernauts Kid Foundation, anti-bullying, huge, and we're going to talk about extreme fitness, music therapy, and cultivate a nation. I hope you enjoy. And let's go, Macomb Wildcats, coming to the fields near you, 2024. If you have any interest, definitely inquire. We'll have contact information down at the bottom. So enjoy, and without further ado, enjoy the episode. And one last thing. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, so you are not going to get that great of an introduction to Gary. If you like that, go back and watch the previous episode of Fuhrmantation, where we interviewed Gary one-on-one about many different things. Watch it. You're going to learn some of those things in here. But a deeper dive, I'd say watch it. And for anybody else out there, enjoy and be teachable and shareable. Accept that knowledge. This is just a powerful episode. You enjoy this. I'm done talking. Enjoy. Perseverance, teamwork, leadership, coachable, actionable, teach all this stuff. Have drive, have passion, have perseverance. You're going to learn it all. Stay right here. Enjoy the podcast. Again, I'm Dave, and you're watching Fuhrmantation. Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it sugary? Who knows? Just put it all in a thing and mix it up and find out what you got. Here we go.
I don't want to tell that story because the league, the football league, will be looking at me.
No, dude, I think
they'd be like, "Oh, this guy." Like,
I think it's powerful. I honestly think it's powerful. I mean, you're a trained fighter. Anybody can make a mistake, and you learned at that point, like, dude, that was your one time. I asked you that one time you feared it. That was time to remember. You remembered. And you knew, dude, I can't throw hands like this. I'm not a human again when I'm not in that ring because your consequences.
Yeah, definitely. You know where to hit somebody. You know how to hurt a person.
Yeah.
And street fighting is different from when you go in the cage.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. I don't want to go in a cage with you. I want to go in a cage with nobody. I'm going to stay out of that cage.
I just recently found out about the MMA fighting.
Yeah.
Right. So Rob and I connected probably about 6 years ago, probably 2018, through the gym. Right. But and we had a connection, but we really, I think, made a connection. I was on Facebook and I noticed he had the Juggernaut's Anti-Bullying Foundation, and it just kind of brought me back to like 7th and 8th grade, because that's when my life kind of took a backwards direction. Elementary was great, but then puberty or something hit, and I got fat, and I got bullied in 7th and 8th grade pretty hard, and it created some anger issues, you know. And then when I saw the Anti-Bullying Foundation, because I've never really been able to talk about that situation, you know, I always just kind of held it in, and I released it through anger and fighting and beating up bullies and stuff like that. But I never really got, you know, detailed and figured out why I had these anger issues.
Well, you almost normalized it, like we talked last time. Again, Dave, I'm Dave.
Yeah.
We got Gary, the I Can't Sparkman over here. Rob Durham over here. We're going to introduce them both, but we talked briefly about Gary. You heard this on the podcast. Gary was the bullied, and then he due to you, the normality of it. The normality, everybody does it. I was extremely bullied throughout life as well, and then there was people that I didn't mean to bully, but I inadvertently bullied as well. And there's sometimes the nicest people in the world, but it almost normalizes bullying. So when you're going into these kids with the bullying, some of them, like, honestly, it almost becomes a normalized thing. And that's what you became that. You started, you told me you knocked the kids' books out of the hands and shit.
Well, that was only one time. that was the only time that.
The only time you were bullied?
That's,
never again.
No, I was never.
You never, in prison, you never took somebody's mashed potatoes.
Well, I mean, I did with the, like, if they had a CSC charge, like, I did take one guy, right? And he tried to kind of like infiltrate me, and he was a big guy, 260, and then I found out, you know, I had my people look him up, and he was in there for touching an autistic young girl.
Okay.
And so, you know, I pulled him in the room and
took his potatoes.
And and he was giving his tray to this one like biker dude or something, and I'm like, why is he giving him his tray? Like, and then when that happened, I told him no more trays to him, they're going to me. And I go, and you're gonna send me money every week. And he had to send me money every week, and then he had to keep all of his commissary in my room. And when they called him out, like 5 months later,
that's bullying.
Yeah, that's bullying.
But he
right?
was
like
a child. He was a child molester.
Yeah, but it's even at that point, like I mean, obviously, it's very hard to come back from that, right? It's very hard.
Yeah, that part. So that's probably.
No, I get it.
You know,
I get it. But even at that point, like, he's in there. Like, prison's supposed to be a really. See, I've never been to prison.
But this was jail.
Either, so jail. So we don't know the rehabilitation of it.
Yeah.
And there's
I know I justified it like that. Like, I would justify that.
He's a piece of shit. I get it.
God gave me permission to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You can judge me on that one if you want to.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's fine.
Perseverance.
So perseverance.
Perseverance.
Right. But he ended up leaving when they called him out to ride out because he did get convicted.
Yeah.
And he left at 160 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so he lost 100
all
pounds.
his
I did him a
potatoes.
favor. Lost some weight while he was in there with me.
So in a roundabout way, Gary brought up something very important.
Yeah.
Anti-bullying.
Yeah. and that, yeah, so I'm okay with that part of the
That
bullying.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bring it back to Rob, like when I saw it on Facebook, he had the Juggernauts, and I didn't know that. And then he was throwing a fundraiser. And then I just reached out to him, and
That's how you guys aligned?
that's
Just
really
through
how,
Facebook?
I mean, we were always
You
cool.
saw the
Like, well, we kind of
anti-bullying?
aligned because there was a shady sales guy that kind of took advantage of Rob at the
Yeah.
gym we were at.
Okay.
And Rob went to him just because, I don't know, I wasn't around, and then I don't know, he just wasn't completely honest with the way that he signed Rob and his son up, and then I ended up fixing
Yeah, you end up fixing it.
I ended up fixing it. I ended up taking all of the charges away, and that was a connection there. But then when the Juggernauts Foundation, and then through some people, mutual friends we know, like we'll talk about good money, you know.
Yeah.
I was doing physical therapy with Marlon Collier, you know. Isn't he the coach for the Tar Heels?
He's the president of the organization.
President of the organization. So through that connection, and he's really like close with Trick, and I thought, what better way to bring that together? And it all manifested, and I talked to Good Money. I told him about the Juggernauts. Rob was interested in bringing in Trick for the kids, you know, big name like that, and it ended up coming together.
Yeah, it came together well.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Really?
And, yeah, it was down at Encore at the banquet hall.
Yeah, St. Clair Shores. Yeah.
We had an amazing time, and that's the kind of stuff that I like to do now, and that's how I give back now.
Cultivate,
You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's just, and it's just catching fire. You know, it's being fueled, and that was what kind of brought us here today. You know, I had a bad experience with the gym that I was at, and I moved, and
It's interesting because it goes into bullying. You had a bad experience.
Yeah.
You were bullied because you had these beliefs that something was going to happen for you
Yeah.
based on conversations, the true conversations with like a family member in essence.
Yeah.
And then in reality, you were bullied into just kind of being the dude who could just take
Yeah.
the kicks and take the punches.
And that was honestly, emotionally, it was very challenging, and I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful
came
that
out.
I've got a toolbox now that I can go to, kind of like an MMA fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got the discipline, and you know what you can do. So why don't you just defuse the situation and be the bigger man? And but it wasn't easy, and everything, you know. And I always say, you know, things don't happen to you; they happen for you. And then things just started happening. Then we did our podcast, right? And then I thought, you know, what better way to cultivate the community
And sit down with the big man.
Sit down with
Sit down with the big man.
And then I found out he's MMA.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell, I'll fucking hire you as my bodyguard.
Yeah, you might be too busy for that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you might be a little too busy for that. Let's talk about the big man to my left
Oh
here.
yeah, you know, I'm Rob Durham. I'm the founder of Juggernauts Kids Foundation, founder of the Macomb Wildcats. So I opened up the Juggernauts Kids Foundation, you know, after what happened out in I think Oxford, you know, the shooting and things like that. You know, that kid was getting bullied. You know, when kids get bullied, you know, they don't like to talk about it. They, you know, I mean, even, you know,
A lot of times you don't know how.
Yeah. Even
it's
with
normal.
my program, you know, they come to my program, you know, before my old building got broken into.
Yeah.
You know, I had it set up where we had games, we had, you know, TVs, we had computers.
Really beautiful building.
Yeah, so they can come, you know, feel comfortable, open up. You know, they feel, you know, kids feel comfortable talking to, you know, someone like me, you, or Gary, rather than their parents, you know. And a lot of kids don't talk, you know, tell on other kids because they feel like they're, you know, snitching, or, you know, everybody may snitching. You know,
Snitching gets stitches,
yeah,
stuff like
definitely.
that. Yeah.
You know, so a lot of kids open up to me, and I try to do everything to help them out, you know, helping them open up. You know, we at Juggernauts Kids, we take them on field trips. We do a lot of, one-on-one time, big brother, big sister, with the kids and everything like that. But, bullying is something that is not talked about enough. And, an anti-bullying program should be in every school, every city. No matter if you're rich, you're poor, rich kids get bullied too. But, like I said, they don't talk about it. So I opened up their program, and the Macomb Wildcats is an extension of the Juggernaut Kids Foundation. So a lot of the kids that's in my program now, they transition over to sports. So, sports is another way that the kids open up. So,
builds their confidence and everything.
Yeah. That's the main thing. We try to build their confidence, self-esteem, and things like that. That's my main goal. Right now, I did a lot of stuff in my life,
Get into that.
So,
you just didn't get caught.
No. Nothing bad. I'm fortunate to own, businesses that, put my family in a good situation. So why not share the wealth? That's the way I think of everything.
But there's got to be more to that though, because like with the kids, there's got to be like some underlining thing on not just for the Oxford. You didn't just see the Oxford shooting and say, hey, I want to open up an anti-bullying thing. Like bullying had to be part of you and something that you've seen for quite some time for you to start this whole program.
Yeah, well, so when I was younger, I grew up in a program that catered to kids. There's two guys. Gary met one of the guys
that's
there
what
that
I was
we
going to
honored.
touch on. I really like that guy.
Marcus Webster.
Mr. Webster.
He was my coach as my youth basketball coach. The program is called Reach. It was in Detroit, Michigan. A lot of kids in our community, a lot of my peers didn't make it out. They either went to jail or they either dead. So. I was in the program for 5 years. After I kind of aged out, I graduated from middle school. I went to Hazel Park High School. Where I kind of met a different culture. I was the only black. Well, two of the only black kids in the whole school. So. I learned a lot, being at predominantly white school. So.
Oh, in Detroit, it was probably a different story.
Yeah. In Detroit, it was all black kids. So, and like I said, when I went across the school across 8 Mile, it was a lot different.
Do you think were you treated different at that time, or?
Well, the kids. So. The kids never see. I don't think the kids see color.
Cool.
Even
in high school.
Yeah, even in high school.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So my first bully encounter came from the parents.
Really?
I was a sophomore on varsity basketball. And I was the only black kid on varsity. And I had to run in with some of the parents. That kids that were on the team. They thought if they, got me off the team that their kid would get more playing time. But I was targeted. Because, I was a black guy, and a lot of my peers still talk about the story how, I got kicked out of Hazel Park because, I was black. But, as a 14-year-old, you don't look at it that way. I never see color, It's just not a thing that, I see or I teach my kids in my programs at all. Every kid, it's love in my program. So
when you say love, there's songs about love. Love, is that all you need? Is that all you need is love? All you need is love. Yeah. Right? Yeah, all you need is love. So you're giving that love in the program.
Yeah, definitely.
You say you got kicked out of Hazel Park?
Yeah,
Did you graduate from there?
No, I went. So I got kicked out my sophomore year.
Really?
Because just a little bit of it. My mom still lived in Detroit, but my guardian, he lived in Ferndale. I was living with my now he's still like my brother. And he was like my stepbrother at the time. He lived in Ferndale. I was using the address to go to Hazel Park. But they, on the weekends, I went home to see my mom. and the guys followed me home, followed me to my mom's house. And then that's when they told the AD that I didn't live in the city of Hazel Park, because Hazel Park wasn't the school of choice back then when I was in high school. Yeah,
that had to be rough, dude, because you're over there, you're building a new,
building
life for yourself,
different life,
and school and stuff. And then you went back to Detroit from there?
No, I went to Madison.
Madison,
okay. Madison,
right around the corner.
Yeah, definitely. And it was way different. Those people were accepting with open arms. It wasn't like seeing color or anything like that. So. And from there, I'll never forget that experience, because I was 14 years old. And that's when I realized racism and things like that. So
do you think it's still the same way as its parents and not the kids, or is it?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is the parents, not the kids. I mean, I deal with it. With running my youth program, it's always it's always the parents.
Still not,
it's not the kids. The kids gonna go out there and play, play basketball, play football, or cheerlead, white or black, Chinese, or, it doesn't matter. The kids don't see color, they all want to get together and, just have fun.
Now, in the future, we're going to talk a lot about the Wildcats and Juggernauts Foundation, but in the future, with knowing that the parents see this and not the kids, do you think you'll ever add something to almost like an educational thing, like an after school thing for the parents? Like, hey, the kids are doing this. Like, now we're going to do a culturally acceptance thing for the parents, and try to get the parents, because if these kids are going to be bonding together, the real goal is to get the parents bonding together, to create and cultivate a community deeper than just the kids in front of you. So maybe in the future, get the parents together and stuff.
Definitely. Whatever it takes, I mean, it can't be no price on, teaching the parents and, teaching the child, not to see any, just have fun, just go out and, like I said, racism is taught, kids don't just grow up, hating another race, it's taught at home, it's not taught in school, it's basically taught at home, or one of the kids hear, their parents talk a certain way. But like I said, with Juggernauts, we try to get down to the bottom of everything. We help the kids that's being bullied, and we help the bullies too. Now we have the sports program, so the kids that are the bullies can come out and play football. Come out and play basketball. And maybe the bullying will stop, but. I'm only one person, so I can't.
Well, that's why you're pairing with different people in the community.
Definitely.
I met a guy 2 days ago at the gym.
Yeah.
What was his name? Who came in? He's one of your partners. You're going to be the best man at his wedding.
Oh, Abdul.
Yeah. Do you know this? Did I just ruin that for you?
Oh no, that's new to me.
Oh damn! I just ruined it. He's a great guy. Yeah, great guy. Yeah, he had nothing but amazing stuff to say about you. So you're partnering with Abdul, right? Yeah, that's his name, Abdul.
Abdul.
Yeah, I met him and his wife.
Yeah.
And so Gary is over here just bringing everybody over into the gym. And then I was going to ask you, with the gym community and everything.
Well, that's what I like with Rob and Mr. Webster, right?
Yeah.
If I would have had something like that to go to,
yeah, because you didn't have that.
Yeah, because I think there was a lot of similarities, but I ended up going this direction, no programming, right? No one to talk to, and that's what I really like about about the Juggernauts. A, B, now that through just experiences and wanting to change and wanting to be that community, because I didn't grow up understanding how to be a community guy. I learned it through, unfortunately, bad experiences.
Hey, we talked about it. You broke up some community.
Yeah,
you would build.
But that wasn't who I was at my core.
No.
My foundation was really good with my parents. They just didn't actively they did until junior high, and then I was on my own. So now, putting myself in this position, getting into the gym industry through Jesse, having 2 special needs kids, it really just helped me to focus. And when I found out that they had these music talents, because I didn't being a father with special needs, I love sports. I was great at all of them, right? I love basketball, football, baseball, boxing, but I went a different direction. And then having the kids with cerebral palsy, it's like I always wanted to raise kids athletically, you know. And so then I didn't get that. But then when I found out that there was talent in the music, that's what really changed it for me. And that's what I like about Abdul. Abdul's a music guy too, right? But Rob and I were just talking last week about, because he's bringing some of the kids to the gym now at Extreme, right? And him bringing the kids to Extreme is going to set an example for the parents, and he's
good example for them.
And then
they have to drop them off probably, right?
Yeah. Well, and then we encourage them to stay, and if then if they can get with me, right, then I can be. I'm very persuasive, right?
No,
through stories, right? I don't sell, I story tell, but then I mirror, I story tell, and then I find the similarities and the good ones, right? And I can use some of my stories, because a lot of us have them stories, and he can plant the seed. I throw some water on it, right? And then it manifests, and it's like, you know, so that's what we're kind of doing here. And and the ones that are supposed to be there will be there. And the ones that aren't, unfortunately, will, you know, have to go through some struggles, and some of them make it and some of them don't. I was very fortunate to be one of the, you know, success stories.
Yeah, but it took you a while. It took you a while. It was later in life success story. Yeah. So you're trying to get them before that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to reach them at an early age.
Before
they get to high school. And from high school, I have a feeder program now where I can, you know, get them groomed up, you know, at a younger age. And, you know, I have guys at the high school level that care about the kids just like I care about the kids. So I'm shipping all my kids to the guys that I think that care the most about the kids. I don't want to spend all this time, you know, with the kids from, you know, 5 all the way to 13, then they get shipped off to a high school that, you know, the coaches and you know, the athletic director or the teachers don't care about them. I'm going to do the legwork for them before they get to that point. You know?
So there's got to be a passion.
Definitely.
Right? Instead of it just being like a job or I have to do it like that, and that's hard to find. You know?
See, when I was in middle school, so I was, like I said, Rob, you're 260 right now?
Yeah.
You said 260 or 280?
280.
280. You want 260? Yeah, 301, 250. There we go. Yeah, we're going around by like a triangle.
We're doing his heart rate right now.
Yeah, I need that too. But no, it's funny. So I wasn't like this at all in middle school. I was like 80, 90 pounds. So going in high school, if I would have had a wrestle, I would have been wrestling at 102 pounds. Well, in middle school, I played football. I wanted to play football. Well, they set me up as a lineman. I was like 80, 90 pounds. I was a lineman. So they would, Mr. Ryder was the coach at the time, and I would say he was a bully. He was a bully. They did this play. It was called the Monster. The Monster Blitz. Well, how many linemen you got? Not that many. And how many people you got on the defensive team trying to come at your ass? So they put me in the center, and the whole practice, I would just get ran over. I would literally just get ran over by the biggest people that freaking existed in the football league. Never played in a game. They never put me in. Never played. All middle school, never played. But practice, I would just get ran over the whole time. So like I feel you. I get like how you're saying you don't want to put these kids in somebody that the coach is going to do that and look at them and say, hey, you're less than this. You're less. And like I take pride. I take praise in that. Like what you're doing for these kids. Like you're teaching them worth. You're teaching them self-esteem. You're teaching them You're teaching almost like risky play. Not like a bad, like, hey, risky play, let's go egg a house. That's risky play. We may get in trouble, like throw salami in a car, may get in trouble with that. You're teaching them risky play as in, hey, dude, run through this person. Run through them. Don't stray from them. Don't like self-step. Run through them. What's going to happen? A hammer versus a nail. What's going to hurt more? The hammer's not going to hurt, so you're teaching them to run through. Oh, that's really powerful. It's what's your goals with this? Like, where do you want to take these kids? Like in the community level?
As far as like the Macomb Wildcats, if you look at every other youth program, they have like 40, 45 kids. I want to stay between 25 and 28 kids. And, I have a good coaching staff at each level so we can train each kid up, That's where a lot of kids get lost when they go to these programs that have a lot of kids. And, they only cater to the, people that already know how to play the game. You want to teach these kids that everybody on the team is important. Every position, every teammate, in a win and a loss, everybody, accountability. Everybody have accountability. But as far as my program, I want to take these kids. I want other high schools to look at them. But my friend got the job at Lakeshore High School. He's great with the kids. He coached at Madison. He took a 0-win program to all the way to the state championship 2 years in a row. But they lost to the state. Yeah, 0 wins. Turned their program around in 1 year. And my son played at Lakeshore High School. The job opened up this year, and my friend was in retirement, and I reached out to him. I was just joking with him. He just recently got married. And I was like, dude, this job opened up at Lakeshore. I was like, I'm gonna just throw your name in the hat. And he's like, man, I was just thinking about coaching. So the universe works in mysterious ways. So he put his name. He came, filled out the application, and now he's the varsity head coach at Lakeshore High School. And it just all works. All works in one. My kids age out. I send my kids to him because I know he cares about the kids. He gonna get them. And everybody not gonna go to the pros. Even if they don't go to the pros, he gonna make sure that these kids get scholarships. It's all about college and education. I always tell my kids, you're a student first, athlete second. In my program, the kids must carry a C average or higher to play. I don't care if a kid the best running back or quarterback in the world, if they don't have the grades, they can't play in my program at all.
Are you going to do any kind of so it's not all sports based, if I'm correct, right?
It's right now we're basketball, football, and cheerleading. Next year we go to wrestling, and we have baseball.
But you also have video games too, right?
Oh yeah, video.
Yeah, games. So so you video game.
Gaming.
You're gaming, and you're doing football, cheerleading, and then you're going to do next year. You said what was it?
Wrestling and baseball.
Really? Now, are you planning on keeping those teams kind of lower head count as well?
Yeah. I want. So like I said, I was at another program last year with my son. I was at Roseville Junior Sports. They carried 36 kids max, and I was coaching JV. A lot of those definitely wanted all these kids that's in my program to get playing time.
Okay.
We planned at the University of Michigan this year. As a parent, you don't want to see your kid sit on the sideline. You want to see your kid play on that Michigan field. So definitely I'm cutting every level off at like 25 to 28 kids. So.
What about these ones that don't make the cut? You send them over to Gary, and Gary hooks them up and gets them training in the gym. And
he's been trying to get us to do next door. Complete turf.
Yeah.
But I see it
the ones when they're not practicing, they could be in there running.
So Extreme's pretty new to Rick and Rachel. Right?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be cool.
And hopefully we
should have a training facility right next door.
Yeah, I think our next one could be something really massive. We're working on. Like Rob and I are working together right now on trying to put together an event, muscle and fitness event, where a large majority of the donation or the funds that are raised will go to the program, and maybe we can help academically too.
Definitely.
What I mean?
Definitely.
Because there's a foundation, Downtown Boxing, out of Detroit, right? And Kali, every one of its kids have graduated high school in that program.
Really?
Yeah, and it's boxing based, but again, you're learning the discipline, right?
Yeah.
So if you could academically work with that, and then Rob and I are talking about him allowing me to open up a music therapy studio over here right here in the building in Fraser, right? So, but I did want to touch on, like, it used to be the Fraser Wildcats or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Yeah, it used to be.
And now, so I thought, like, you changed the name because, like, you're expanding or growing, but what's the story behind that?
Well, before I had all the, the blueprint before I came to the city of Fraser. Fraser was like one of the only surrounding cities that didn't have a youth program.
Okay.
So, we picked out Fraser just because, they didn't have anything for the youth. When we first started, it was Fraser Wildcats. I sat down with the school board 5 different times, gave them, my ideals, and everything was a go. I signed a 4-year lease on these buildings because they told me, that we were going to be in a partnership. But, come to find out that wasn't the case,
Didn't you have a challenging time even? Like, I remember something when like, I heard that you might not even be here, and then the next thing you know, you were, and then now I thought it was,
So, before we even, like, me and my first meeting, like putting everything together, our Fraser coach, he came in and sat at our meeting and, recorded our whole meeting. And, after the meeting, he told me, straight up, he's like, well, I like what you're trying to do, but you got a lot of obstacles to cross, a lot of roadblocks going to be, he flat out told me that I was going to have to deal with all these things. And exactly what he told me was happening.
So it's like some inside, like,
like
sabotage.
Yeah,
like, what is that, jealousy? Like,
well, because everybody say, well, Rob got money, so he throw money and try to make a situation happen. But that's not what I'm about.
Like that from goodwill.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, the program speaks for itself. I was bringing the Juggernauts Kids Foundation to the city of Fraser, to help kids in and out of school. They could have came here, got tutoring and things like that. But bringing it back, I went to the school board. I sat down with the superintendent, the athletic director of Fraser High School. A lot of Fraser personnel, and they told me and Abdul that we need a program like this. But the things changed the following week, and everything kept popping up. I mean, my kids come first, and our season kept getting delayed, and I said, you know what, I reached out to the parents. I told the parents, I'm trying, I'm putting my money, my time, my effort, but I'm getting roadblock every time I try to make a move. So I said, you know what, we'll finish out the season as Fraser Wildcats, but I'm transitioning over to Macomb. I feel like that's not fair to me because I never had a fair shot to, build something.
In 4-year lease.
Well, at least someone sees the podcast and they can,
It's deeper than I don't want to throw I don't want to throw nobody's name under the bus, but people can read between the lines. I can say this. He probably thought my program was going to take away from his program. Kids have another option because that's all they had in Fraser.
2 different seasons.
Yeah. Well, this basketball season it was going to run concurrent with but like we already had kids coming.
Kids got to do other sports. They can't just all.
Definitely. And I was just giving kids a different option. Some kids don't want to. Some kids, like I said, kids don't want to play basketball. Yeah. But it still gives them many different opportunities to play different sports. Yeah. But after they blackballed, I feel like I was blackballed, so I changed the name to Macomb. What I was trying to build here was, eventually have a feeder program for the city of Fraser. But I felt like, like I said, I got blackballed, so we teamed up with Lakeshore High School. Everything's been great. We just moved with Macomb Wildcats. I'm stuck here in this lease, But I mean, it is what it is.
So what are you going to use all this space for then?
So it will, we'll still have, board meetings, have, kids that, that's struggling in school. We have tutors come in here, tutor the kids, I mean, it's like a big, empty space now because we are supposed to practice right across the street.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a field, there's basketball courts, there's the baseball, there's everything right there.
Well, we had the answer from them, like before the Parks and Rec director got fired. We got a yes. Like I said, I had it. I'm a businessman, so I had everything in line. Yeah. I would have never signed a lease here if it wasn't a go. They told me it was a go. So after they told me it was a go, the Parks and Rec director got fired. They brought in a new Parks and Rec director, and he's kind of difficult to work with. Then after they found out about my program, they chose to bring in another program. After I presented, the program to them, they watch my Facebook. They know what's going on.
Yeah, I saw you going live on a Stairmaster.
Yeah.
Yes, I trying to cut down from that 280.
Yeah.
And you were using your one of your best organs, like your is that an organ? Your vocal cords? Yeah, your voice. What is that? What is it? It's your mind. You were allowing it to speak out. You were talking about it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, my kids were hurt by it because we had to struggle. We up to this point we didn't have a field to play at. And in St. Clair Shores they have the Green Hornets. It's 3 high schools in St. Clair Shores, so Lakeshore made sense for the Wildcats to have as a home field. And they're black and red, we're black and red. The stadium's nice. The parents love the atmosphere, and most importantly, the kids. They're gonna have a good time. So I think a lot of programs are jealous or scared or afraid what we are trying to build. So
can you play? I know you probably have a lot of questions on this. You're more sports oriented than me, but I just have kind of a question on it. Who you gonna play against? Who are these?
So we got into the ESFL. So right now it's East Point, Hazel Park, Warren Jets, St. Clair Shores Green Hornets, Mount Clemens Barracudas. I think it's a team in Port Huron. So we are in a league that we're the new blood in the league, but I recruit. Maybe throw some NIL deals out there to get what I want from get the kids that I need to win. I don't like to lose, so I think a lot of programs in this league that we're going to, I thought we were just going to be, just get any kid.
Yeah, participation.
No, it's not like that at all. Yeah. So we're going to be ready to give out some space.
It's cool because probably some of these kids that you're going to be going against, a lot of kids with pure talent, right? A lot of times they don't know how to utilize that talent, and they do like other stuff with like bowling because you don't have that. You don't have this output, and you're just kind of like showboat, and you're like eat it, and you're going to kind of teach them. There's a way to showboat and why not to. And
I know. Like when I was growing up playing sports, hard working kids be talent any day of the week. You work hard, play as a team. Like I said, we'll be all right. And we spend time. Like my program is more than a sports program, so we go on outings. We took 50 kids to the Pistons game 2 weeks ago. The kids got to go on the court for the national anthem. I rented out laser tag, rent out the movie theaters, go to the Lions game. I actually spend time with these kids to get them to know them. Like it's not, not to talk about other programs, but when the sport is over, they're done with the kids. I'm 24/7 with it. If the kids still want to go to the programs, if they're not playing that sport, they can still be a part of the program. That's what you want to build. That's what every program should aim to build. Give these kids something to do besides being on the video game.
Do you think so, Gary? I'm going to let Gary open the mic here in a second. Here, about music. This is going to go into music.
No, just real quick though, I did want to touch on because you were having a hard time finding like football fields and stuff, and one of my
the Hornets, right?
Well, Big Mo,
Oh yeah.
Mo Edwards. Like I used to work with Mo over the last 5-6 years, and that's another connection.
That's Mo.
Yeah, Big Mo.
Mo.
Veteran coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pastor. He's a Navy veteran.
Mo's a great human.
We love Mo, and I was talking to Mo today, and I think something happened with didn't he?
Yeah. So after they, kind of, giving us a runaround, I reached out to Pastor Mo. He's a big advocate in Roseville.
Nice.
So I reached out to him and I told him what was going on. So he wrote an email to the Parks and Recs and he got us a practice field. We have the practice field, and now we have to deal with Lakeshore. Partnership with Lakeshore, and the kids just got to come in and work and be ready to play.
I love that.
So
really dope.
So it take a lot of stress off me.
Man, Mo's gonna just him and me uniting back together. Because we got kind of pulled apart a little bit too.
Yeah.
And it was sad too because me and Mo we were like a little team. So.
Yeah, no, Mo's a good person. He got the eye care in Roseville, go help out senior citizens.
Eye care.
Yeah, it's called eye care.
I care.
Yeah.
You got a slogan?
Yeah.
You got to get one. You can get one. You can take I can too. Honestly, you can take I can too. I realized that yesterday. I realized anybody can.
Yeah.
Well, I do it like this.
Yeah, anybody can.
So what I went through, right? We got Jesse as if I can on his Instagram. Because if I can, then
you can.
Yeah.
And I realized that yesterday.
Then we can.
Yeah.
And then guess what? We will.
Yeah.
And that's it. We will. That's it. That's the bottom line.
Maybe that's where we switched the podcast to I can.
Yeah, and then I got the icing where it's I can't execute on everything.
Yeah.
Because these are until you execute, and that's one of the problems that I used to have is not execution, right? And if you don't execute, then it's just a dream.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we could toss execute up there.
Yeah. And that's smart.
Yeah. Maybe we can talk execute up there.
You gotta execute.
Yeah.
These are all the things right here, these visuals right here. We were talking about one word a day, and just focusing on that one word.
Resilient.
So at the end of the season, all my kids will have to tell me something about each word on the board.
Yeah, so these are the things that I used to do to blow myself out. Is I would just take one word and use that as my goal. And when I really downloaded it and believed it,
it's cool.
It came true.
Makes sense. I mean,
the auto suggestion, the infinite intelligence. Dave,
that's good.
So anyway, what were you saying about music?
Well, I was just thinking about how powerful. Well, I wanted on Mo. I just touched on one of that time on Mo, the power of Mo. So I've been working out for quite some time now. I did the show 14, whatever. But all these years, I never did back properly. I sat under. This goes for everybody out there. How do you do back? Biceps come into play. So when you do back and you're doing pull up, are your biceps coming into play?
Yeah.
Not supposed to. It's antagonist. You got what is it?
Mechanical.
Yeah, dude. Mo taught me. I sit down on the lat pull down. I always put my legs behind me. I sit on the bench. Put it under here. My legs are always under my butt. Mo comes up to me. He goes, "What are you doing? Working out your chest?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, How you going to pull down with your lats when you're pulling down with your bicep and your chest? He goes, where are you feeling that? I'm like, kind of in here. He goes, put your legs forward, sit on the bench, put them in front of you, and pull. I'm like, all these years doing back wrong. Think about it, next time you go down, subconsciously sit and check your placement of your legs. It was so powerful. I barely talked to Mo at this point in my life. And he just stopped me. He was working out with his wife, and he goes, dude, what are you doing? And it was so cool. And now I learned. My back, I'm killing my back now.
Yeah, I'm going to bring him back on. He's ISSA certified. He's supposed to be.
He's awesome.
Yeah, we'll bring him back.
To change my life right there.
Like,
honestly.
I used to say, was Danny Glover, and I was Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
We I mean,
Oh, I
us
can
two
see.
on camera, like it's dynamic.
And Mo's a good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
And, you know,
He's got great taste in glasses too. Like,
And
he's
he's-
got,
and you know,
yeah.
and you know what he is? He's a promoter. He's a recruiter.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great human.
And he's just community driven.
yeah, Mo sent me, he sent me a couple kids, you know, a couple trouble kids, and, you know, they came to be a part of the program, and they changed their life around, so,
I love
you know,
it.
so Mo's a good
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah,
Get him in the gym.
We're gonna do a
Yeah.
podcast with Mo too.
Yeah. What-
I already set it up.
Well, now I was thinking about because Gary with the music therapy,
Yeah.
right? So big in the music therapy, and again, you can we touched a little bit on it on the previous podcast where we talked about the perseverance of Gary raising his kids and all this, and thinking about
raising the bar.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking about all the music and raising the bar, all the music and everything. I'm thinking about these kids, right?
Yeah.
Like the music is so powerful. I'm just sitting here thinking about like when they're down in these helmets, dude. They'd be jamming out on the field, just listening.
You gotta get them hyped.
Yeah.
Get them hyped.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do it? Like, can we? Is that against league regulations that have music in the headset?
Oh yeah.
So we can't put like a little speaker.
Oh
there?
yeah,
Yeah, you can't,
Oh,
yeah.
They're running plays instead of
Okay.
No, but we
Yeah.
gonna have the best sound system.
Okay.
In the state.
Okay, are they gonna have like an intro like coming out? They already have this.
So we
They jam up.
so we gonna have a tunnel. We get the Wildcat tunnel that they run out, giving all the smoke. It'll be just like Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
teach them like I know you're gonna do cheerleading and stuff too.
Yeah.
You teach them like independent cheers. So like when they're the ones that aren't playing on the side, can they do some cool dances and stuff on the sidelines?
That's
part
a
of
great
it. So,
idea.
yeah.
I'm gonna have Jesse make a song for one of the entrances.
Yeah,
Like
come out.
he's made the fight songs for. So he did Joe the Hitman Elmore, and Joe came out to one of his songs. Right? He was a bare knuckle fighter.
You have all these words in the background. How many words are here?
Yeah.
I know you're talking about the bare knuckle fighting, but I'm just sitting here thinking when Jesse's rapping, you got each one of the kids on the team.
Yeah.
Just saying a song, and then Jesse's got all these words coming in the background, and he's rapping, and it's like resilient, and it's each different kid get them all involved.
Let me be, me.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do big things.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a gift and everything. I'm so excited. We got May 18th and 19th coming really quick.
We doing that?
Right? Well, Rob, Rick, and I are meeting tomorrow to really put the final touches on, the event, and then it's just masterminding the layout, doing the marketing, and building the interest, building the urgency. The urgency's that marketing right and getting that
It should be.
alignment.
I think it should be easy. Me and Macomb haven't seen nothing like that, since I've been around.
And bringing them from Kentucky,
LA.
Ohio, Compton, California with CT, and then Indiana with TD Smash. It's like, we just gotta make sure CT gets here. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
So you had a
it's all
dream,
going down.
and you're committing to this dream. You put in the effort to achieve success, and you're having the courage to sit down and the grace to sit down with them and build this and build up on there. We don't need build because you got teachability. I don't know. You're doing a lot of stuff. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing on here, Rob?
Being coachable,
Same as Gary's.
academic, determination. You got determination to do a lot of the things that we're trying to do and trying to build up the community with the kids. And
Growing up, what do you think your biggest focus was? What was the thing that you lacked growing up? Like what's something young Rob, young Rob going through the trenches trying to develop into who you are today?
the word leadership. To be honest, I was like I said when I was a youth, being on the basketball team, I didn't learn how to accept that role as a leadership. But I was one of the leaders on the team. You know, I kind of shied away from it because I didn't want that title of being a leader at a younger age. But you know, I grew into that once I got older. You know, so
through leadership.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
There
definitely.
are other leaders that led the way for you.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. You know, so I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for all my mentors. You know, growing up. You know, I mean, I can call any of them right now, and you know, any advice I need, they'll give it to me. They'll drop it, anything and everything they're doing to talk to me. And you know, and like I said, with Marcus Webster, they just won a state title. He just won his first state championship with Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Nice.
And then one of the kids that was in the program with me, his name Wydell Henry, he just won the state title at Warren Lincoln. So both of them won the state championship at the same day at Michigan State 2 weeks ago. So, you know, I think what we're doing for the kids, you know, just like what you're doing with the music, with the kids, and it'll bring all the kids together. And
We're gonna have a whole sit down on that, on music and what music means to Gary, how music and how he realized music resonated with his kids, and how he's taking that into the rest of the world. So that's gonna be a fun talk. But is it kind of the same thing with you with leadership? Because I know you're saying if you had earlier, you mentioned if you had that,
Yeah.
you don't know where it would have been in a different lifestyle.
Unfortunately, like my leadership skills started to, come together through like a boot camp that I had to do.
You said that at 17, right? You said
Yeah. I learned that, and I was a squad leader, and that kind of set the tone for me. But I always had that right there in the corner. I always believed in my abilities, and I just had to put all the pieces together. So yeah, it's a great time. I'm super excited about the future, and
it's cool. You guys are both doing amazing things. Honestly, it's really cool to be. I don't know how it all landed together for me, where I landed here with you guys today.
Well, it was the gym, right? Just putting ourselves in those positions, and then me being interested in you, and just kind of persuasively.
yeah, when Gary said Dave, I was like, I only know one Dave.
Yeah, and then we're all kind of connected anyway, right?
Yeah.
And then this is how it works, right? Because we all got to play a position. We all play our little role in life, right?
Yeah.
And when you know your position, and then you can work together. And I'm always big on working on the strengths and kind of neutralizing the weaknesses, right? Because those will just come. And I really like to focus on the strengths. And I guess mine's creating connections in multiple different directions. And then cultivating them. I don't know.
I started following Dave.
I start to rhyme, right? Dave gets me rhyming.
Yeah. I started following Dave when he was doing his videos with real estate.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I showed my wife, like,
I always knew, like, the first time I met Dave, he just reminded me of like a big time wrestler or something, right?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, right. He'd come in his red, mixed with Hulk Hogan with his red, white, and blue, and I'm just thinking, all American. This guy would be great for entertainment, for TV,
Definitely.
for social media, and here we are. Yeah, Dave. So we're gonna take you to a different level.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to the girl over at the gym at the desk, and she was telling me, she goes, first time I saw you, she goes, I was just like, who is this guy? He's a TikTok. She's like, I figured you had like 1 million people following. She's like, I was just like, this is the TikToker. I know this is TikToker. And I'm just like, yeah.
Hey, that's what my wife thought.
Yeah. No, little do they know the internet absolutely hates me. Like little do they all know the internet is just
We're
out
gonna
to
have
get
to do
me.
a podcast on Dave in the future.
Yeah. No, I learned like this is cool. And I'm learning off hanging out with Gary more, and like this is honestly is putting all the stuff on the internet. When you said you saw me on real estate, when I was going live on there, it was so much to like, hey, buy this from me, use me to do this, and it's just like I sit back and I'm just like, dude, that's not about the community. Yeah. It's like, cool, I go live to show you, I have this cool listing. you could buy this. And I have fun with the listings. Like that was my favorite thing, is to really tell a story on the listing, because that's the opportunity of buying a house, is to create your own story. And like now you guys, you're creating a story and letting other people live that story. And I'm over here thinking, dude, Dave, you have to share other people's stories.
That's the key.
Yeah, it's other people's.
And I never sell. I always story tell. And through the value of the story, value exceeds price. People purchase.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna go see Dr. Hank over at the chiropractor. You're gonna go over in there, and we're gonna have your. Are you a religious man?
Sort of.
Okay, so he's gonna get you, because it's literally a ministry. Like you're gonna sit down at his ministry. Like it's crazy. He's gonna teach you. So you have this bone, right? You have this last bone. I don't know if you know this. We kind of talked about it. You have this atlas, right? So if you look straight up and you had like if somebody were to take a sword, like the old days where you jam a sword straight down somebody's throat, it goes all through their spine. So the last bone that connects your skull to your spine is your atlas.
Okay.
So that's the gateway. That's basically the gateway to the heavens. If you were to open up and the Lord would have run through you, and you were to accept His light in you, what would it do? It would travel through. So that last bone, that's your alignment. That's your entire body. It's not about cracking your neck, getting all this other stuff in place. It's about having your head on straight. Back in the day, they say, guy's got to get his head on straight. Guy's got to screw loose. That's your atlas. So he's all about upper cervical and getting your head screwed on right, and that's aligning everything properly. So it's very powerful. He teaches chiropractic through a totally different field.
Different way.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. I'm excited. And you're
definitely
he's gonna get involved with you guys. I'm gonna line him with you guys.
So he crack your neck, or do that little.
Dude, I'll tell you, I've been going there 2.5 months now. I started when I first started going there, or in January. I couldn't turn my neck over. I was going to the chiropractor 3 times a week. He was trying to adjust me. Couldn't even get my neck cracked. When you have somebody try to crack your neck and it don't crack, that's like the worst pain ever. This guy did. I went to him 3 times before he even touched my neck. First time he touched my neck, he adjusted my atlas. Okay. Only thing he touched on my neck. Pain started going away. And before he puts his hands on you, he runs a complete scan. And if your neck's not out of alignment, he don't touch your neck. So in 2.5 months, he's only touched my neck 3 times.
Oh wow!
Three times. He's like, these people that go in here, he's like, and just adjusting you. Like my neck's never felt healthier. I sleep better. My sleep apnea has stopped. Wow. Like, dude, I no more sleep apnea. Yeah, and it's crazy. It's really cool, really powerful, really.
Do he adjust you with the machine, or with his hands? Like
all hands, and it's funny when you go there. You selling it. No, but he's like, it's interesting. He tells you he's not giving you your energy. He's not giving you his energy. He's using your own energy to adjust your body. Like he's not God. He'll tell you, I'm not God. I can't fix you. Only you can fix you. So he just does a simple adjustment to align you, and it's your responsibility, and he teaches you that. It's literally, it's your responsibility. I watched him have a person come in there, and he sent her home. He scanned her. He sent her home. He goes, "You're good. You don't need to be adjusted today." He goes, "Great job. You're doing good.
Oh, wow.
Keep going."
That's
amazing. I held for 9 days. I held complete. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty damn good." 9 days, and he's like, "Dude, you're perfect." And I'm not even going to touch it. I'm like, let's see, let's go. But yeah, get you in there. We're going to link the whole world together. What you're doing, I Can't Cultivate a Nation. Yeah, it's crazy. If you haven't listened to the previous episode, listen to Gary, and it'll tell you. And after you're done with it, you really will believe that you cultivate a nation. It's really cool. And Rob's going to have to come up with the tagline here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have to think long and hard.
I'm excited to hear it. Next time we talk, you think?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
You think?
Definitely, I'm coming up with something.
What do you think is going to be different if we were to talk 3 weeks from now? No, he's got it. If we were to talk, well, you hang out with him enough, and you will find the brand. Honestly, you're going to find the brand.
I'm at the gym. Every day now.
Yeah, you're going to find that brand. It's going to be cool. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, definitely.
So 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
We're going to sit down in 3 weeks, and it's just going to be. It's just going to be. Yeah.
Maybe maybe even before. Yeah, because that's where the show's going to be. May 18th, May 19th. We're close.
That's 5 weeks.
Yeah.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Got to talk to Rick tomorrow.
Boom, boom, boom.
Line
it up.
Yeah.
Get that atlas in alignment.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'm going there tomorrow at 5:30.
Assignment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big assignment. Yeah, it's funny because it's actually not that big of an assignment.
Yeah.
Once you figure it out, it's not that big.
No, and that's what's
powerful.
But yeah, there's always that little something that's trying to, the fear,
break you
false
down.
evidence appearing real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always gotta stay, but I like that alignment stuff because if I'm not in alignment, then
I've never been more conscious. I've never been more conscious of it in my life.
Yeah.
And it's funny, my stresses are totally different now.
Yeah.
It's the stress is what takes you. And it's crazy.
So
I definitely gotta get in there.
I'm pumped for it. I'm pumped for it. Yeah.
I need it.
I'm gonna connect you guys. I'm gonna connect you on Facebook. I'm gonna bring you in. I'll bring you in on it too.
Yeah,
but
I'm
no,
ready.
this is honestly been great. I mean, any last words for the organization? Like, do you want to reach out, like look into the camera and say something to the kids that want to get active in sports, and the parents who have these kids who maybe they think they don't have the time for their kids to do sports, maybe they think they don't have the money, maybe they think they their life is just too in your face.
Yeah. So with us, it's not about the money. We cater to the kids first, and our program is where the kids come first. So if you don't have the money, I mean, you can send me a message. If you want your kid to come to the program, it's no charge. We just trying to save every kid that we can. Like I said, you can reach me out. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can go to our website, leave a message. Myself or one of the assistants will get the message to me, and I'll give you a call, and we can set something up where your kids can come here, check it out. We have right now we're into our open strength and conditioning training. So I mean, we'll love to have any kid out. At least come try it out, see if our program is a good fit. And like I said, with our program, it's more than sports. We really care about the kids, and you'll get that feel for our program if you come and try us out. So
I can't wait to see everything that comes along with it.
Yeah,
Lincoln with Gary with the musical therapy, and everything comes with it. And then, I mean, kind of same goes for you. What do you got for people that are struggling in life?
Really, it's just progress, not perfection. If you can reach one, you can teach one. Use your experience, strength and hope to help another individual. It's about humanity. But you got to be honest with yourself, open-minded, and willing to put in the work, because that's the key. People say, someday your life's going to get hard, and I experienced that. That was I'm very fortunate to be able to dig in, and if you do what's hard in life, then someday your life gets easier. And so I'm putting in the work, and I'm grateful. That's the number one thing, and to be able to create these connections and be like magnet, like just the energy that being put in positions with the right people and being able to recognize the character of somebody really, really quick now, and if it's out of alignment with me, I'm gone. I just don't have time for the negativity. Like, I can identify that really quick now, and it makes my decision making a lot quicker. So I don't got time for the weakness. I've lived both lives, and I like it on this side of the street, not this one.
I like that. And real quick, you don't have to be a part of the sports program to be a part of our program. Anti-bullying. You can come in. If you just want to get help with tutoring and things like that, or if you a kid that just want to come in and just come on the trips that we go on, and or if you're a kid that's 13 or up, we have summer jobs available for you guys. So come make some money for school clothes. Get some of that swag gear, whatever you guys want, whatever you guys call it these days. You know, I have multiple companies. I can put you guys to work. So
yeah, and to reach out to the kids' parents too. Like seriously, you know, come on down. Put a handshake with a face. There's no pressure, hassle, or stress. If you don't like, you know, what we're doing at Extreme, then you can fire us before you even start. But we'd love for you to come on down, be that example for your child, and let's join forces together. You know, unify to come together. So
2024, everybody.
hey, just think about it, right? Like there was times in our life where it was everything extreme in the wrong areas.
Yeah.
Why not get everything extreme about your health and fitness, like health's the new wealth, like Mo said today? You know,
Definitely.
So,
You can't do nothing if you're not healthy.
Yeah,
I can't make money if I'm not healthy.
Yeah.
If I'm at home sick, you know.
yeah,
My business don't run by itself.
yeah. We're 24/7. We've got everything, everything you need to, you know, get there. You just gotta put in that effort.
And we're gonna add the scope pod to Extreme Fitness too.
The what's that?
It's called the scope pod.
Skull
Oh yeah,
pod.
yeah, the infrared.
Yeah,
Oh.
Infrared.
it heals your body.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, get a hyperbolic chamber up in
Already
this
sent it
bitch.
to
Yeah.
Rachel, R&R.
Yeah.
Yeah, give a shout out to R&R.
R&R
too.
car.
Yeah,
R&R
R&R
car.
car. The number one used car dealers in Macomb.
Yeah.
You met Rich and Rachel, right?
No, I have not.
Awesome people.
I'm
They
not. I look
need
forward
to
to
have a podcast. You know, you need
Yeah,
to get
we're
them
gonna
on the
get that.
podcast.
Yeah, I look forward to
Oh
that.
yeah, Rach would be great.
Your
Uh,
energy
She's
is
just,
crazy.
she knows all of, she knows all of the influences.
Oh,
I know,
God.
and then some, yeah.
Study up.
Oh
man.
yeah, so
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
You gotta talk about the flat earth.
Yeah. Oh, that's another day if you want to follow
There we
the
go.
conspiracy aspect of it. Going to the flat Earth, but yeah, it goes flat Earth. You got to reach them to teach them. That's what stuck out on me. With that, we got a rhythmic mastermind over here, and then we got a business mastermind over here. And together, cultivate a nation. It's going to be super cool to see. I'm really excited about this. But
Yeah, I had a great time, and this one was a lot more, you know, focused on, you know, the positive.
yeah,
The last one was kind of like telling, you know, the story.
yeah, it's a powerful story though.
Yeah, how you just meet that 5-year deadline, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how quick. But think about this too. Like when you say 5 years, I know what you're saying. Right? But you know, it took me 5 years to really pull my life back together and be successful again. So like that, like, when you think about it, 5 years is that it's not.
Oh yeah, 5 years.
Yeah,
Something.
never,
Like, I don't
you know.
care where you're at. I don't know if anybody, like, I really look at, like, it was a really dark place for me. And in 5 years, able to pull out of the trenches and get back on solid ground. So, yeah, if I can, you can, we can, and we will. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gary just said it. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Get in there. If he can, you can. Yeah.
we can,
No,
we
but
will.
it's funny because I always I'm just looking at this. And last thing is I always say there's something that I always say when I'm live streaming or when I say stuff. I always think it's powerful. I don't honestly remember where I came up with it, but I always say you have to be teachable and shareable. You have to accept knowledge to learn what you don't know, and you got to share what you know to learn what you don't know. So it's like this big giant circle, because even if you're sharing what you know, it might actually not be accurate. So, but if you never shared it, you'll never learn from it. So like it's this big freaking round robin. You got to be teachable and shareable, and that's when you guys are saying like coachable. Even a coach has to be coachable. Like you can never stop being coachable. A coachable coach
I'm a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
And it'll be like that the other day.
Well, it's funny because that's why I kept looking at that, and I just kept thinking about how that coachable is honestly it's teachable and shareable in a round robin. And I just kept looking at that, and it's funny because I didn't notice teachable was down there till about 15 minutes ago, and all I kept thinking about while you guys are talking is you got to be teachable and shareable, and it's if I can, you can. So it's cool. I mean, I just wanted to just put that out there, and how powerful. Like, I haven't sat in front of something this powerful in quite some time. Like you guys, like you're sitting there and you're like on this, and I'm just like at this Wildcat. I'm just seeing this the whole time, and it's just like, this is cool. This is kudos for you for putting this together, dude. I don't know where all this came from. I know I asked you, some of the things, but this is really cool. We could probably honestly have a whole episode about each one of these words. It'd be cool. But I mean, I guess for you guys out there, look at it and think about what these words mean for you. And if you're struggling with any of these words, or your kids are struggling with any of these words, reach out to one of these guys. Follow the podcast. I'll have Rob's contact information in the description. And obviously, you can pull up Google and find Extreme Fitness, right? But that's going to be on there as well. So again, 24/7. So it's cool. Thanks for being here. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
This is a blast.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
First podcast I ever did, kind of nervous.
No, that was really good.
They got to do a hell of an editing job.
That's what I'm living life without limits, and I'm staying driven, living a new life. That's what
I love it. You just got out skate. You just got out fucking scot clean. You just got out scot clean.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have it recorded, motherfucker.
I didn't like that.
I knew the whole time you were sitting here thinking, Dave, you piece of shit. You be the whole time you were talking. He's like, oh, Rob sounds like a fucking angel right now.
Yeah,
Rob sounds like a fucking angel.
I should have worn my black outfit, right? Jesus.
Yeah, that whole time. I'm looking at you and I just felt him fucking snarling.
No, I wasn't. No, not that bad. No, because I had a whole story.
So it wasn't
No, fuck. That was going, but that audio don't get think of shit. Technology sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I had a backup plan.
God damn it.
Bring it back here.
Yeah, bring it back. Yeah. All right, wait.